Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. After Captain America Brave New World and Ironheart, I was expecting Fantastic Four First Steps to be a complete disaster. It just seems like the only thing Marvel's good at lately is snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. I swear, nearly every movie since Avengers Endgame has sucked. But Fantastic Four surprised me by actually being good. Not just good, it's great actually. The movie takes place in a different universe than the rest of the MCU. The Fantastic Four are already established, they're the only heroes on this earth and they're beloved. At the beginning of the movie, Sue Storm finds out that she's pregnant with her first child. Then the movie skips ahead 9 months later to when the Silver Surfer arrives on Earth and announces the planet will be destroyed by Galactus. The team, including a very pregnant Sue, fly into deep space to confront Galactus. Galactus is the size of a skyscraper, and he tells them that he'll give the Earth a pass if Sue and Reed Richards give up their unborn child. They refuse and retreat back to Earth as Sue goes into labor. The four then begin preparations to defend the Earth and their newborn son Franklin from Galactus. Marvel really pulled it together with this one. The visuals of the movie are incredible. They created a completely different world from the rest of their movies. It's like the Jetsons, but live action. It's the best looking Marvel film in years. Galactus and the Silver Surfer both look fantastic. I really hope the Fox executive, who decided to make Galactus a cloud and rise with the Silver Surfer, watches this movie and feels like a fool. I've never been a huge fan of Julia Garner, but man, cover her in silver and wow. I'm ready to make some cosmic welfare babies. It might be weird to see my own reflection in her face while we but I'm willing to get used to it. I was skeptical about who Marvel cast as the Fantastic Four, but the movie works because of its casting and the chemistry between the four leads. You believe that they're a real family. A family that wouldn't hesitate to lay down their lives for one another at a moment's notice. They were so good together that by the end of the movie, I wanted to be a part of their family. Even Moss Bacharach's The Thing is lovable and cuddly, despite his hard exterior. He's the rock for the rest of the team. Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm is the heart of the team. Joseph Quinn's Johnny Storm is less of a douchebag than his previous portrayals. He's warm-hearted, and he actually comes off like a scientist instead of an airhead. When it was announced that Pedro Pascal was cast as Mr. Fantastic, I thought Marvel could have done a lot better. And I still do. Pedro Pascal does well enough to hold his own, but he's the clear weak link of the four. It's not too late to get John Krasinski. The movie had a tight runtime at just under 2 hours. It didn't feel too long or bloated like so many movies lately. The story just keeps moving. The Fantastic Four get established, then the Herald arrives to warn the Earth. Not a moment wasted. The runtime does mean that some characters get shortchanged. Paul Walter Hauser and Natasha Lyonne's characters are the biggest casualties, and the Silver Surfer. Hauser plays Mole Man and has maybe 2 minutes of screen time. Lyonne plays a schoolteacher and a potential love interest for Ben, but she only gets a couple scenes with no payoff. With the Surfer, it just felt like there was supposed to be more there, especially with her backstory and the connection to Johnny Storm, but she pretty much disappears during the third act. One complaint I do have is when the world turns on the Fantastic Four. After Reed tells the world that they declined Galactus' offer to give up their son, you get scenes of people protesting outside the Baxter building, and pundits on TV saying that Reed and Sue should hand over Franklin. But then Sue gives a big speech to a group of protesters while holding Franklin, and says that they aren't giving up their son and they're going to protect the Earth anyway. Immediately all the protests stop and everyone loves the Fantastic Four again. I'm sorry, but that's bull. It may be a different Earth, but people are still people. Hysterical and terrified people would still be calling for the family to hand over Franklin to Galactus. The governments of the world would surely get involved and try to force them to. Nutcases would probably try to kidnap the baby. The Fantastic Four would have to defend Franklin from the Earth just as much as Galactus. But maybe I'm just too much of a cynic. Fantastic Four First Steps is an earnest film. More so than Superman. Instead of saying things like kindness is in the new punk rock, the Fantastic Four just do it. I loved this movie. I also liked the movie Marvel released before this, Thunderbolts. And you know what? 2 good movies in a row is the most consistency Marvel has shown in a long time. Maybe Marvel is finally turning things around. Maybe Avengers Doomsdays won't be a complete disaster. I'm happy to say that I'm actually excited for what's next.